Alex had never imagined that a routine research mission could go so wrong so fast. The planet they had landed on, designated Zyphora 7, was supposed to be calm, almost peaceful. Its pinkish skies and floating crystal formations were breathtaking, and the alien fauna looked more like colorful birds than dangerous creatures. For weeks, Alex had been studying the local ecosystem, carefully cataloging plants and recording animal sounds. Today, however, Alex was not focused on science. Today, Alex was focused on one thing: changing into the new protective suit. The suit was bulky, silver with glowing blue lines, and essential for survival outside the habitat. Alex stepped into the small changing chamber, grateful for the privacy it offered. The metallic door slid closed with a soft hiss. For a moment, Alex let out a sigh of relief, glad to be alone. The habitat was quiet, save for the soft hum of the air filtration system. Alex had just started pulling on the underlayers when a sudden noise made them freeze. A click, a soft sound of something metallic, like a key or tool, followed by two pairs of curious footsteps. Before Alex could even process what was happening, the chamber door slid open. Two figures stood in the doorway. They were small, maybe 1.5 meters tall, with delicate limbs and shimmering, silvery blue skin. Their heads were slightly larger than normal, and their eyes, large and round, blinked in perfect unison. Alex froze, realizing immediately what had happened. "Oh no," Alex whispered to themselves. "They weren't supposed to be here." They didn't seem hostile, but Alex could feel the weight of their gaze. Hi," Alex stammered, trying to grab a nearby towel, but it slipped through their fingers. The twins blinked again. One of them, the slightly taller of the two, stepped forward. "Human?" the taller one asked in a musical tone that Alex could barely understand. The voice sounded like wind chimes filtered through water. Alex's face burned. I'm just changing clothes." They waved their hands helplessly, trying to cover themselves while also pointing to the pile of clothes on the floor. "I mean protective gear." Thinking fast, Alex grabbed a small lab screen from the side and held it up like a shield. The screen lit up, showing various holographic images of plants and animals. Look here," Alex said, waving the images in front of the twins. "Science, important, see." The shorter twin peeked curiously from behind their companion. Alex felt a spark of hope. Maybe there was a way out of this without permanent embarrassment. "I collect data," Alex continued, shoving the towel behind them like a makeshift shield. "Animals, plants, very serious." They pointed frantically at the holograms. The twins made another clicking sound, and then, to Alex's surprise, the taller one reached forward and touched the hologram. The image of a glowing plant responded, rotating in midair. The shorter twin giggled, or at least Alex assumed it was a giggle. The twins weren't mocking, they were playing. Alex exhaled a little, realizing the situation wasn't going to end in disaster, but the embarrassment was still there. They needed a better solution. Quickly, Alex grabbed a stack of data tablets from the corner and tossed them to the twins. "Here, study this." They stepped behind the lab table, hoping the twins would focus on the tablets instead of, well, Alex. The twins eagerly picked up the tablets. Their fingers, delicate and precise, skimmed over the holographic displays. For a moment, Alex just watched them, amazed at how quick they were. They weren't just curious, they were intelligent, maybe even brilliant. Alex realized something important. Even in the most awkward, embarrassing moment, humans can adapt. That thought gave Alex courage. With a deep breath, Alex decided to use the twins' curiosity to their advantage. "See this," Alex said, pointing to a diagram of the local ecosystem. "This plant, it can heal wounds, very useful, you can study it, very important for alien health." The twins leaned closer, completely forgetting about Alex's awkward state. Alex seized the chance. They slipped behind the lab equipment, pulling on the protective underlayers quickly. Within seconds, the bulky silver suit was on. The glowing lines on the suit lit up, casting a soft blue glow across the chamber. The twins gasped, not in alarm, but in delight. They reached out to touch the suit, fascinated by its lights and smooth metal surfaces. Alex allowed them a moment to explore while checking their own reflection in the metallic surface of the chamber wall. "Okay, crisis averted," Alex muttered under their breath. "No permanent embarrassment, just temporary panic." Humans could think fast, adapt fast, and turn even awkward disasters into opportunities. Suddenly, a loud beep came from the main console. A new data stream had begun, showing the approach of a local predator species, a harmless one for humans but dangerous to small aliens. Alex's heart raced. This was a real problem, not just an awkward moment. "We need to move," Alex called, gesturing to the twins. Follow me. The predator creatures were visible now, approaching the habitat in a curious formation. Alex glanced at the twins. They were small, not capable of defending themselves, but they had intelligence and curiosity. Alex's mind raced. How can I protect them? How can I show humans are capable and clever? With a sudden idea, Alex grabbed a nearby drone. You two stay behind me, Alex instructed. I'll use this. The twins nodded, completely trusting Alex. That was another HFY moment. Humans earn trust not by strength alone, but by showing leadership and ingenuity. Alex activated the drone. It whirred to life, hovering above the ground, and began projecting holographic images of even larger predators. The approaching creatures paused, confused by the new, unfamiliar presence. Alex adjusted the drone's projection, making the images move realistically. The predator creatures, unsure of what they were seeing, eventually retreated back into the forest. The twins' eyes widened. They were amazed. Alex turned to them, a small grin on their face. See, humans are smart, fast, adaptable. Not just clumsy humans changing clothes. Important. By the end of the day, Alex had not only managed to dress without permanent humiliation, but had also protected the twins from real danger, earned their trust, and subtly demonstrated human ingenuity. It was a good day, all things considered. As Alex settled down to record the day's observations, they couldn't help but smile. Sometimes humans are clumsy. Sometimes humans are embarrassed. But humans are clever, resilient, and always find a way to turn a disaster into an opportunity. And on Sci-fi 7, under the shimmering pink skies, two alien twins had just learned that lesson firsthand. Alex woke the next morning feeling a strange mixture of relief and curiosity. The awkward incident from the previous day had already become a private memory for them, but something told Alex it was far from over. As soon as breakfast was done, the metallic doors of the habitat chimed softly. A communication panel lit up, showing two small, shimmering figures hovering in the air. It was Zor and Zila, the alien twins. Alex smiled. Good morning, little scientists, they said. Did you sleep well? You seem secretive. You mean the habitat incident? They waved a hand helplessly. Please tell me you didn't exaggerate. Alex exhaled, feeling both relief and nervous excitement. Fine, Alex said, but I'll come with you. I don't want misunderstandings. Humans are humans. We like clarity. The walls pulsed gently, alive with subtle energy. Alex's eyes widened. This wasn't just a village. This was a technological marvel. They reached a large chamber, circular and filled with beings similar to Zor and Zila. The council of the twins' people was assembled, and every eye turned toward Alex as they entered. Whispers filled the chamber, musical and echoing like a soft wind through metal tubes. Alex swallowed. Hello, everyone. I am Alex, human explorer. I come in peace. And also, funny incident happened, not serious. We have been informed of your unusual introduction to our environment, human. The twins claim you are clever, adaptable, and brave. Explain yourself. I used my knowledge of science and the tools around me to protect myself, protect the twins, and avoid embarrassment. Then, when a threat appeared, I used a drone to scare it away. I solved problems fast without hurting anyone. I want to study your planet, your plants, your creatures. And I want to show humans can be intelligent, clever, helpful, not just clumsy. They touched a holographic panel, bringing up a display of the incident from the habitat. Alex saw the sequence of events, how the twins had entered, how they had been distracted by the tablets, and how Alex had put on the protective suit and saved the twins from danger. The visualization left nothing out. One council member, whose skin shimmered like liquid silver, spoke. You see, human, you are indeed clever. Others would have panicked. Others would have caused offense or harm. You adapted. You solved problems. This is unusual. Showed skill. We trust human more than others we have met. It is a technical problem with our research apparatus. Our systems require precise adjustments. Many of our kind struggle with these fine details. We hear humans are precise, inventive. Can you help? Transparent tubes held glowing liquids while wires snaked through the room like living vines. The twins hovered close, clearly excited to see Alex at work again. Alex examined the setup carefully. I see. Some of your conduits are misaligned. Pressure readings are off. You need calibration here, here, and here. They pointed at the glowing tubes, explaining in simple terms how to adjust the flow and stabilize the system. The twins repeated the instructions, listening carefully, then followed Alex's guidance to make precise adjustments. Within minutes, the machinery hummed steadily, glowing brighter than before. The council murmured approval. "Impressive," said the regal figure. "Your analysis was fast, your instructions clear. You did not rush blindly. You observed, you adapted, and you guided others. This is rare among outsiders. Even small things like a machine or an unexpected visitor." They glanced at Zor and Zila, who were smiling, or as close to smiling as their species could show. Zor tilted their head. You make mistakes too, yes, but you learn fast. This is impressive. And I hope, maybe I can help your people while also learning from you. We wish to see more of this cleverness in action." Even though the twins had caused an awkward start, they were now Alex's best allies on this planet. At one point, Alex watched the twins perform a small experiment with a glowing plant. The plant reacted to their touch, sending out pulses of light. Alex noticed something remarkable. The twins combined instinct, curiosity, and intelligence to create results Alex had never expected. Humans had ingenuity, yes, but these aliens had skill and precision too. Alex chuckled quietly to themselves. "I think we can learn from each other, even if the start was embarrassing. And we find solutions." The food was strange but delicious, a mix of glowing fruits and crystalline grains. Alex ate carefully, noting textures and flavors, while the twins chatted excitedly about the day's discoveries. For the first time since arriving on Sci-fi 7, Alex felt fully integrated into the alien society. The earlier embarrassment was now a memory overshadowed by trust, curiosity, and human ingenuity. Alex had turned a potentially disastrous incident into a foundation for friendship and collaboration. As the sky darkened and the floating crystals glowed softly in the alien night, Alex looked at the twins. "You know," they said, "yesterday could have been a disaster, but we worked together and now look at us. Learning, helping, surviving. Humans can do amazing things, even when things start badly." They knew that tomorrow would bring more challenges and more opportunities to prove that humans could adapt, innovate, and thrive in ways no one expected. And as Alex drifted to sleep, they thought about one simple truth. Sometimes humans start in the most awkward situations, but through curiosity, intelligence, and quick thinking, they can turn those moments into friendship, respect, and discovery. Alex woke to the gentle hum of the habitat, but something felt off. The usual calm of Sci-fi 7 was absent. Outside, the glowing flora shimmered less brightly than usual, and the floating crystals seemed to vibrate with an unusual rhythm. Alex frowned, sensing that today would not be ordinary. Zor and Zila arrived almost immediately, their small figures hovering beside Alex's workstation. They looked worried, something Alex had not seen before. "What is it?" Alex asked, leaning forward. Zor clicked their tongue nervously. "Human danger, machine unstable, risk high." The tubes containing glowing liquids pulsed erratically. Some tubes had small cracks forming at the edges, and the machinery that regulated the flow emitted low, alarming vibrations. The risk of an explosion, or at least a massive discharge of alien energy, was very real. Alex's mind raced. "Okay, this is serious, but humans are quick thinkers. Let's do this." "Zor, Zila, step back for a moment," Alex instructed. "I need space to analyze everything." Alex took a deep breath. "All right, first we need to stabilize the pressure. We can't just turn it off, it will cause a backlash. We'll have to reroute the energy slowly. Zor, can you manipulate the smaller conduits? They require delicate adjustments." "We'll work together, timing is critical." Then Alex spoke calmly, giving instructions in simple language the twins could easily understand. "Zor, gently rotate the valves here and here, not too fast. Watch the gauge." Sparks flew from a tube and the twins reacted instantly, stepping back, but Alex was prepared. "Stay calm, this is normal," Alex said, their voice steady. "We can handle this. Humans adapt. Watch." "We need a temporary buffer." Even under pressure, using a flexible metallic barrier from the lab storage, they managed to contain most of the leaking energy. Sparks flew dangerously close to Alex's suit, but the protective gear held. The twins watched in amazement. "Human, fearless," Zor whispered. Alex grinned, though their heart pounded. "Humans can be clever, yes. And a little brave when needed." The tubes glowed softly and the vibration ceased. Alex stood, brushing off dust and sparks, and looked at the twins. "We did it," Alex said, voice calm but proud. "We all work together. Humans can adapt. Humans can solve problems fast." Important leader. Another problem. They analyzed the problem. A misalignment in the conduits had created a feedback loop. If left unchecked, it could interfere with the first system and cause a chain reaction. Zor, take the left conduit. Zila, the right. Follow my instructions exactly. Every movement had to be precise, every adjustment timed. As they worked, Alex realized something important. Humans had survived countless disasters, not just by strength, but by adaptability, calm thinking, and leadership under pressure. This was why they could face alien technology, unpredictable creatures, and dangerous environments and still succeed. Minutes felt like hours, but gradually the feedback loop was corrected. The glowing liquid stabilized and the hum of the machinery became steady. The room was silent except for the twins' quiet clicks of approval. Alex exhaled deeply. We did it. Everything is stable now. We adapt, we survive, and we help others along the way. You very capable, funny, smart, brave. That's all. The twins absorbed every lesson eagerly, their curiosity limitless. Alex realized that sometimes humans' greatest strength wasn't in raw power, but in their ability to adapt, improvise, and guide others, even in alien environments. As night fell on Sci-fi 7, the floating crystals bathed the lab in soft light. Alex looked at the twins, who were now calm and curious rather than anxious. Today was intense, Alex said. But humans are clever, we adapt, we survive, and we help those around us. That's what makes us humans. And tomorrow, Alex thought, tomorrow would bring new challenges. But humans were ready. They could think, they could lead, and they could survive. And with the twins by their side, Alex knew that anything was possible. The next morning, Alex awoke to an unusual vibration in the floor of the habitat. At first, it was subtle, almost like a soft thrum, but it quickly grew stronger. The glowing crystals in the corridors flickered as though reacting to some distant force. Alex sat up, immediately alert. Something was approaching, and it was not natural. Before Alex could investigate, Zor and Zila appeared at the doorway, their expressions tense. Human problem large, Zor said, their musical voice filled with urgency. Alex frowned. How large? Outside, dangerous creatures. Swarm, unusual behavior. Coming close to habitat, must prepare. Humans adapt, humans lead, humans figure things out. They paused, seeing the twins nod at the words. Alex smiled. Okay, first step, observation. We need to know how many there are and what they want. From there, Alex could see the swarm approaching, hundreds of small, glowing creatures moving in synchronized waves. They were fast, intelligent, and clearly curious, or territorial. Either way, they posed a real risk to the habitat and the twins' community. Alex studied the creatures carefully. They're not aggressive yet, but if they sense vulnerability, they'll attack. We need a plan to redirect them without fighting. Humans think fast, we can use strategy. The twins quickly gathered the drones while Alex analyzed their flight patterns and capabilities. Good, Alex said. We'll split into 3 teams. I'll take the central drones to create a false barrier. Zor, you take the left side. Zila, the right, will create a circle of illusions around the habitat. Timing is key. Humans are precise when needed. They clearly trusted Alex's leadership. Alex checked the drones one last time, ensuring they were fully operational. Then, without hesitation, Alex activated the drones. They hovered into the air, their lights flashing in sequences designed to simulate larger predatory creatures. Alex directed them carefully, moving in patterns that would confuse the approaching swarm. At first, the creatures paused, studying the lights and shapes. Then they began to change direction, avoiding the illusions Alex had created. The twins followed suit, guiding their drones with precision. Alex watched in satisfaction. Humans were clever, but teamwork made them unstoppable. Keep it steady, Alex called, adjusting the central drones. We can do this. Humans adapt. Humans lead. Humans make things work. Thanks, but it's teamwork. We work together, that's what humans do. We solve problems and protect others. But we can't rely on luck. We need a more permanent solution, something that keeps the habitat safe even if they return. These devices could detect approaching creatures and create illusions to steer them away automatically. This will protect the habitat continuously, Alex explained, showing the twins the design. Even if we aren't here, humans can create systems that think and act. That's what makes us adaptable. Clever, safe for all. Alex tested the system by simulating an approaching swarm. The drones moved perfectly, redirecting the imaginary creatures without causing any harm. Perfect, Alex said, stepping back. Humans make solutions fast, effective, safe. Your species, precise, intelligent, adaptable. You work hard, you learn fast, and you solve problems. That's why we're a good team. But Alex knew the real victory was not just in protecting the habitat. It was in proving to the twins and their community that humans could think, lead, and create solutions under pressure. Zor and Zila hovered nearby, their eyes reflecting the soft light of the floating crystals. "Human, we impressed," Zor said. "Yes," Alex replied. "Humans adapt, humans survive, and humans help others. That's what we're good at, and that's why we succeed together." As night fell, Alex recorded the day's events in their log, describing not just the external threat, but the teamwork, strategy, and quick thinking that had kept everyone safe. Humans were clever, adaptable, and resilient, and Alex knew that tomorrow would bring even more challenges and more opportunities to demonstrate those traits. Looking out at the shimmering alien landscape, Alex felt a sense of pride. Humans could face danger, solve complex problems, and lead others, whether alien twins or entire communities, through uncertainty. It was a simple truth, but a powerful one. No matter the planet, the species, or the situation, humans could make a difference. And with Zor and Zila by their side, Alex knew that whatever challenges Zyphora 7 had in store, humans were ready. The morning on Zyphora 7 was calm, almost peaceful, but Alex knew better. After the previous day's swarm incident, the planet felt alive in a different way, alert, observant, as if it too had learned from humans. Alex stood in the central chamber of the habitat, reviewing the systems they had built with the twins' help. Every drone, every energy barrier, and every sensor was functioning perfectly. The habitat was safe. The community was safe. And for once, Alex could finally take a moment to breathe. Zor and Zila arrived, floating silently beside Alex. Their eyes glimmered with quiet excitement. "Human today celebration," Zor said. Alex raised an eyebrow. Celebration. They had adapted, learned, and led, and now they were being honored for it. "All right," Alex said, straightening up. "Let's go see what this celebration is all about." The plaza was unlike anything Alex had ever seen. Glowing crystals hung in the air like lanterns, casting colorful light across the courtyard. The ground beneath them was smooth, reflective, and patterned with delicate lines that pulsed in rhythm with the community's energy. Members of the community had gathered, hovering or standing in neat formations. At the center, the council awaited, their shimmering forms glowing softly in the morning light. Alex could feel their attention, curious but respectful. The regal figure who had spoken to Alex before floated forward. "Human," they said, their voice calm and full of authority, "you have shown remarkable skill, intelligence, and courage. Not only in the incidents with our technology, but also in leading our twins during yesterday's crisis. Your actions have earned you the respect of this community. We honor you. Humans work best when we collaborate, adapt, and support each other. That is how we survive and thrive. And humans learn too. We learn from others, even aliens. You all taught me your technology, your ways, your precision. Together, we can do anything." The twins guided Alex to the ceremonial platform. Small holographic displays appeared, showing images of the previous day's events, the habitat incident, the stabilization of the machinery, and the swarm redirection. Alex watched as the community admired how quickly humans had adapted, solved problems, and led with courage and intelligence. "This is amazing," Alex said quietly. Humans are quick thinkers, adaptive, brave, and apparently entertaining too. Alex realized that their awkward moment, the accidental exposure, was no longer a source of shame. It had become a bridge of trust and friendship, proof that humans could overcome any embarrassment with intelligence, humor, and courage. As the ceremony continued, the council presented Alex with a small, glowing artifact. It was delicate, a crystalline structure pulsing with soft light. "This is a symbol of trust and friendship," the regal figure explained. "It represents the bond formed between our species and humans through intelligence, adaptability, and courage. Keep it as a reminder that humans are welcome among us. That is who we are." Later, as the celebration continued, Alex worked with the twins to demonstrate a few human techniques for problem-solving and strategic thinking. They showed how small adjustments in energy flow, coordinated teamwork, and adaptive thinking could prevent accidents and protect communities. The twins were quick learners, their curiosity and precision amplifying Alex's demonstrations. "You see," Alex said, "humans don't just act blindly. We observe, we plan, we adapt, and we work with others to achieve solutions that benefit everyone." Systems were upgraded to include adaptive controls, safety protocols, and automated responses inspired by human ingenuity. Alex realized that the community's technology was now stronger, more resilient, and safer, all thanks to humans, quick thinking, and adaptability. As the sun began to dip below Sci-Fi 7 floating horizon, Alex stood on a balcony overlooking the alien city. The glowing crystals illuminated the plaza, and the soft hum of alien energy filled the air. The twins hovered beside Alex, quiet for a moment, reflecting on the day's events. "You know," Alex said softly, "yesterday, when you first saw me, I thought it was a disaster. But humans can turn disasters into opportunities. We adapt, we learn, we lead, and we survive. And today, we've done something amazing together. That is how we make a difference." Alex knew that their mission had changed. It was no longer just about research or observation. It was about connection, friendship, and showing the aliens that humans were clever, adaptable, and capable of great leadership. Even in the most unexpected and awkward situations, humans could rise to the occasion. As night fell, the community gathered around the central plaza one last time. The twins presented Alex with a small gift, a crystal pendant that pulsed with soft light, symbolizing trust and collaboration. Alex accepted it with gratitude. "This," Alex said, holding the pendant carefully, "is a reminder. Humans are clever, adaptable, and brave. We learn from mistakes. We lead when needed. And we can make a difference, no matter where we are, no matter who we work with. Together, we can achieve amazing things." They had turned an embarrassing, awkward incident into a foundation for trust and friendship. They had faced dangerous situations, led a community through challenges, and demonstrated that humans were capable of brilliance under pressure. The glowing crystals reflected off Alex's suit as they looked at the twins and the alien council. This was the culmination of everything humans could achieve: intelligence, courage, adaptability, and compassion. Even from the most awkward beginning, humans could rise to greatness. And as Alex watched the alien community celebrate, the laughter, clicks, and hums of appreciation filling the air, they knew one thing with certainty: humans were not just survivors, they were innovators, leaders, and friends. On Sci-Fi 7, humans had proven themselves in every way that mattered. And so, under the glowing skies of a distant planet, with two alien twins by their side and an entire community watching in admiration, Alex knew that humans had truly earned their place among the stars. No mistake, no awkward incident, and no challenge could stop them. Humans could think, adapt, lead, and inspire, always. And sometimes the most unexpected events could create the strongest bonds, the greatest achievements, and the most memorable adventures. Alex smiled, knowing that this was only the beginning. The universe was vast, full of surprises, and humans were ready for all of it.